Good morning. We're holding Parshas Nasai, and also Nasai, Shabbos Parshas Nasai elevates the whole week, including the Shavuos, which was the past Shabbos. So in Parshas Nasai, the last few psukim of yesterday's learning of Shlishi, Yom Revi, Yom Revi, we have the Birchas Kohanim. So the Birchas Kohanim is very unique, that even though all brachas come from above, as we know the difference between tefillah and bracha, you're drawing down something from above, and tefillah is elevation, and also brings something new. Like we say, Hiratzin, it should be the will that even though it was decreed that someone should be poor, that he should be rich. Even though he was decreed that he can't have kids, he should have kids. We go above the limitation that every other person has and their limitations that they don't have. And you can daven that decree should be changed. You make a new will by God. And Birchas Kohanim has both aspects. You have the Kohen that benches, and then you have the Eibishter Hashem, God, that blesses also the Kohanim and gives the power for the Kohanim to bless. So you see that Yivarechecha, Rashi explains, Yisbarchu Nechasecha, that your Nechasim should be blessed. Just like where we see by Yitzchak Avinu, that when he planted a certain amount of crop, it grew hundreds of times more than what was expected by that year, or by the crop he planted. He got 100-fold more. So that is the idea of your nechasim, your possessions, your bank account, your plants, everything. Get blessed. Your nechasim gets blessed. And that is our avodah, to bring godliness into the whole world and elevate the world until it comes Yivarecha Hashem v'yishmerecha. Since God gives an abundance, so right there and then this jealousy of other nations, until it can come that there are robbers will come and grab your stuff. So God protects it. So the blessing comes not only in the upper worlds but the lower worlds, until a place where you have to be watched. It has to be watched. And then Yor Hashem Panav Eilecha V'chuneka. You saw Hashem Panav Eilecha, that the bracha of Yisa is that God pays attention to the Jews. And He gives them whatever they need. Why? Because at first glance, any judge cannot show favor to anyone. But God does show favor to the Jews, that even though they eat only an olive size of food, they make an after blessing. So they are very involved in it. That even the smallest amount, the olive sides, they still make a blessing afterwards. So we see over here is as follows, that these birchas kohenim has an effect on everything. And that's why we do say it every day by davening the birchas kohenim, and on Yom Tov they have the kohenim themselves benching. And just like Shemitah, all the halachas of Shemitah were said on Har Sinai. That means the klolos and pratim, the generality of the mitzvah Shemitah, and all the details. So too all mitzvahs are klolos and pratis. And that's why we see also that the reason why it was brought down dafka by Shemitah, because Shemitah is connected with Sheshus Yimei Bereishis, the 6 days of creation. That the 6 days of creation are connected to Matan Torah. The whole purpose of Matan Torah was to have an effect in the world. In your field too. And in general, the Torah, the Aseres HaDibros, the Ten Commandments, start off with an Aleph. Anochi. What is an Aleph? There's a Yud above and a Yud on the bottom. And a Vav in between. That is the 26 letters of the Aleph Beis. So that includes all the Aleph Beis. The Aleph. That's ahead of all the Oisius. And that's why it starts off with a Nechi, because whether to be the Mitzvah Aseh and Mitzvah Drabanon, which we know that Aseres HaDibros has 620 letters, which that is connected to the 630 mitzvahs and the Zayin Mitzvah Drabanon. So we see everything comes bechlalus and pratius, in generality and also in detail. And that's why we see that birchas kohenim, which is basically 3 brachas, is connected with the love of God. That he loves us so much until he called us daughter. And he loved us even much that he called us sister. And then he loved us so much that we called him the mother. He calls us mother. And those are connected to the 3 Yom Tovim. BT is Pesach, Yetzias Mitzrayim. We became a new being. And we know that the Avos were born in Nisan. So we see that Va'avaye Berch Avram Ba'koil, because he had a daughter. Achoisi is Shvuis. And then came Imi, that is Tishrei. And that is the idea that Yom Kippur is the Yom Chasunasai of HaKadosh Baruch Hu with the Yidden. That's the ultimate of tshuva. Imi is connected to Sfira Sabina. Which that is the idea of teshuvah. So even though other mitzvahs, not necessarily we are exactly equal, because people put on the tefillin shayat differently, and poor people give their whole life into the tzedakah, Other people don't give their whole life in tzedakah. But the tshuva, I hear tshuva, a thought of tshuva is equal by everyone. And that's why Sukkot is called Chag HaAsif. You gather in all the avodas, all the mitzvahs into the idea of tshuva as one equal thing. And that is Chag HaSukkos. And that's why Chag HaSukkos is the only Yom Tov where there is Simcha. Because we gather in everyone, everything together in unity. That is the Simcha of Sukkot. So even though Sukkot has 3 times Simcha in the Torah, and they're part of Sukkot, Pesach doesn't have once, Shavuos has once, but Sukkot gathers each and every one together. And the end of it is Shalom. That it makes peace. The true peace is when Mashiach comes. That even the Gar Zevim Keves, the Zev is a wolf, and all lie together with a sheep. Complete Shalom. So V'yasim L'cha Shalom is the Birchas HaKohenim. That's the last bracha. And the ending off. Sometimes Shalom is very hard to accomplish, because we see Shalom. Money can defer Shalom. Sickness can defer Shalom, disturb Shalom. Anything can awaken separation. Therefore, the Torah ends off the bracha Birchas Kohein V'yasim L'cha Shalom. And now that the bracha of the Birchas Kohenim comes down without any nisikuvim, so Be'ezah Hashem, since Eibusha wants our tefillas, wants our Maisi Yadecha Tichsef, he wants our Avodah. Let's do our Avodah in the Eifen of Simcha. Let's do our Avodah of Tefillah. Tefillah is also called Avodah, work. That's the work of the heart. And Be'ezah Hashem will have the coming of Mashiach when there'll be true peace in the whole world, not only through animals, but between Goyim and Yidden, between everyone in the world, there'll be Shalom in the complete sense. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our Master, Teacher, and Rebbe King Mashiach forever and ever.